Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spin Rack. This is Mars here. I'm here with my boys, PD and Cal.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, Cal.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, we're talking about Star Trek Starfleet Academy supposed to be dropping in 2026. Hey, Selector, can you show us something on this?
Yeah, let's rock.
Here we go.
And so, we begin.
Mm.
I'm Captain Nala Ake,
What
Chancellor
is-
of Starfleet Academy. We are all the first Academy class to return to our campus in San Francisco after more than 120 years. Some of you are here for your families, some for yourselves. Together, you are the best and the brightest from across the galaxy. The tapestry that is Starfleet. You will learn the skills that shaped our greatest officers. Like them, we'll ask you to give more of yourselves.
Hey,
There you have. To dream without limitations. Whatever challenges came before today led you to this moment. You're here now. You weave together the future. So go out and seek, explore, boldly go where no one has gone before. It is my great honor to welcome you all to Starfleet Academy.
okay, Selector, you're gonna have to give us a little background on this. Like, when is this happening?
You
You
saw it,
know?
2026.
No, but I'm saying in terms of the Star Trek timeline, and is this the Kelvin
Oh,
timeline, or is this not?
did you see there's a area for James T. Kirk.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's post. Obviously, it's he's long gone after this, so it'll probably be the most present timeline that Picard was in my opinion. That's not good enough, huh?
I mean, it could be the old, it could be 100 years after. Who knows? I'm just saying, I'm just confused where this is set right now. Is there nothing that you can provide explaining where it
Do you
is?
like the trailer?
Oh, the trailer. Well, it all with these guys, it all depends on where it is. Is this something that we're going to be following? It looks good. It looks like a bunch
We,
of young people.
we can't just get a yes or no. We can't
You
just get a
know,
yes or no.
uh,
Did you like the trailer? Did you not like the trailer? Is it really this hard?
it's intriguing.
Okay, he didn't care for it.
Wow. It's in the 32nd century. We're happy far in the future.
Yeah, it's pretty far out there.
And, yeah.
You don't seem excited by it either.
No, I'm saying you just brought the whole show down complaining. I'm okay with it. Holly Hunter as the person running the academy looks like fun. Yeah, that sort of thing because I'm a fan of hers. Obviously, we know her now more from The Incredibles, but she's always been around doing a bunch of film and I think a TV series that was on. That's one I think a couple of seasons, and they got the showrunner Alex Kurtzman running.
He's a showrunner for everything. Alex Kurtzman, he's the one who's caused a lot of these problems. So, if that's what you want, if that's a
I'm just
plus,
saying he's
I
a
don't
part of
know.
it. He's had some good ones. He had stuff started good. You like the Picard season 3, right?
No,
No.
no.
Wow, I didn't know that. Why didn't you like that one?
We could talk about that in another show. But we need to talk. We
We're
need to do
missing
a
some
deep dive.
episodes
We
here.
need to do a
We
deep dive
need your
on.
complaints about the Alex Kurtzman thing
We need to do a
of the
deep dive
episode.
on Picard. I think.
We
Look, I
can't
give
get
Alex.
audience. We cannot get a deep dive. I've been asking for it for the longest time, and I can't get a regular deep dive on Picard. Something which you call. I'm sorry. I'm complaining during the show. I apologize.
You want to air out dirty laundry? Not
I'm
good,
sorry.
man.
I say I apologize. You can cut it out. Whatever you want me to do.
Yeah. No, look, it looks good. I'm not saying it's not. It looks good. I just need to know where it is. I'm sorry. I've been so burnt by Star Trek that I need to know where we are. Is this going to be something real? Is this imagine this is a whole new universe? Are the Romulans now the new Qs? I just got to understand where I'm sitting this whole thing before
They
I
keep
get it.
sending the teams into the future for you. Why do you think they're in the 32nd
I
century?
know.
Why
So
do you
you
think
have
Discovery didn't shoot off? Disco shot themselves off into some unknown future.
They're long, long into the future in the galaxy far, far away.
So I mean, what do you want? They've been doing. They're getting it out of the book realm, but once they get to, they're going to scratch the surface on something that's in the books, in some concept, and they're going to break the rules. I mean, there are people complaining about the holodeck episode. That's not how the holodeck works.
that's how it works in the 32nd century.
So yeah. So okay, then why don't you lay out your real complaints, full out there? You're saying that it's going to divert from everything that's written and established.
No, no. If it's in the 32nd century, it's not going to do that. So that you're correct 100%. My only issue here is all I said, and you know what? I'm totally messing it up. I'm framing. I just want to understand where we are. That's all I'm saying, because I have a better understanding. If it's the 32nd century, we're restarting the whole thing. I guess Klingons are now friends. Everybody's kumbaya and
It's the
stuff like that.
32nd century and they're restarting. Wasn't the original Star Trek series set in like in 25th century?
Yeah, but what happened is with Discovery, they went to the 32nd century. Was it 32nd century
Yeah,
or
but isn't that
31st
its
century?
own timeline? That's its own timeline. They said that that has nothing to do with the regular Star Trek timeline anymore.
Oh, you're saying since in the Discovery
Oh, okay.
they remade Starfleet, this
You know,
is what has come of it post
yeah,
Discovery.
Discovery lost the mission a long time ago. After season two, once they jumped, literally they jumped the shark and screwed the pooch and ran off to the future because they didn't want to be beholden to any of the Star Trek continuity. That's why they went so far into the future. But that's its own thing now.
But isn't that the how they help to explain now you had that whole time, what do you call it? Time the war where they were fighting between different times or something like that. What's it called? The time war?
That the Time War that from Enterprise,
Yeah, they're saying that they were coming from there and they were involved in that because of
they
they
can
had
come
the
from wherever they like. It has nothing to do with anybody else's continuity.
Hmm.
They messed up. They were doing all this wild stuff in their show, trying to, well, I won't get too much into the weeds of that, but that's the reason why they went so far in the future, because they were like, that's the only way they could tell those type of stories without conflicting with the established timeline.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
man.
we
Some
have
straight nonsense.
so we have this
Okay.
series
So look, it
about
does say it's set after Discovery. It does say that. So that's what Kurtzman is saying. I'm looking at this right now.
Okay, this
So
then
Star
this
Trek,
isn't that
okay,
stuff.
this is
This
from
isn't that
Screenrant.
timeline. No,
So
did it mean it's set after Discovery in terms of time, or it's set after Discovery in terms of this takes place in the same universe?
this is what it says. According to Screen Rant, Star Trek Fleet Academy takes place after the end of Star Trek Discovery in an era where the United Federation of Planets is still rebuilding after the burn. Starfleet
oh,
Academy cadets are the first class
the
of the newly
burn.
opened
Oh,
school
good, good,
in
good. Thanks for letting me know. So I don't got to
120
watch this.
years. So that's what I was trying to say. So now I understand the context of where we are now. So it is right after Discovery, right? Um, Holly
You're
Hunter looks
happy.
great. Huh?
You're happy.
I'm not happy. I'm just saying that makes a lot now. It explains. I'm like, why does it seem like a brand new class? Why does it
I'm
start?
happy. I don't have to
But
watch it.
that makes more sense because remember the whole thing with Starfleet Discovery is that this is a stage where a stage where the United Federation of Planets is not what it was before. It's very weak. I don't even think they up to re-establish it. You know, they're trying to say it has this. You're dealing with a post-burn world where trust in government has broken down, where the Federation is rebuilding, where people are divided, where there's all major issues. And in Discovery, the ship came and started bringing the Federation back together again. And now our kids are the first class back in 120 years. And so you have a generation of kids who are facing the mistakes of their elders or the issues that have been handed down to them by their elders and are now having to deal with it. And it felt
What?
like a very
Are you
relevant topic.
serious?
That's what they're
Trash.
saying.
I'm out. I'm not watching this.
you know I mean, so it's an interesting thing, now that we
What's
understand where
interesting about this?
well, because now basically what they're basically doing, this is a new enterprise. Well, I wouldn't say enterprise, but something similar where,
They
where enterprise,
decimated
they were building.
Gene Rod. They decimated Gene Roddenberry's vision just so because they don't know how to write stories without a central conflict.
Well, that's true. That I have to agree. I mean, his whole thing was that Earth was happy, everything was going well. They were trying to spread their love of the universe and science through manifest destiny in the universe. Okay, so I guess they decided they didn't want to do that anymore. They wanted to show something a little bit more grounded, like they do here now in this
It's in
jaded.
the future. Why do it? It's in the future. And the only way they can tell stories is by totally decimating the future to make it like now. That's the creativity we can expect from these people. One of the things I was looking at with the trailer, I was like, wait a minute, this is the Academy. Okay. The Academy is pretty much for training. It should be far away from anything. And it looks like there's going to be fighting and alien, this, that, and the other. I'm like, okay. So you're telling me these guys are going to be contending with Starfleet level stuff at the Academy? Ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning, again, it goes back to similar to, it's like a founding, that we're going to probably see more of how they become the unit. Well, they are the Federation of Planets, but I think that's what they want to do. They want to get back to something like that, and it's a lot. It's a lot of characters. But that's why I'm like, Earth is getting attacked again. Like, come on, man.
Well, I will say the one of the bigger issues of this new brand of stuff is that every one of their shows they add a new person to the bridge and it disrupts the whole show. And you could see, and even in the Strange New Worlds, they've added some new characters that kind of take away the time from the characters that we already got there, even if they're characters we've seen before or in the from that should be coming up into the Enterprise. And that's one of the issues. Now they have a whole new set of characters. But the problem is that they sit around and they decide. I mean, even Rebecca Romaine in this one, I think the third season she's been involved more. The second season they kind of pulled back and did it was more Spock and Nurse Chapel. So, but this they finally do some more with what's the name with Romaine. But so their problem with their writing is whenever they get a new character, they get kind of jazzed up and they're like, "Ooh, this is a Booker. We got Booker. Let's have Booker do everything. Let's have him figure out how to do this and that or whatever." The guy in what's it not Georgia. Michael Burnham's boyfriend in the show. It was just like the two of them for the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah,
We get to use it, and I was like, no, you gave us this crew. We're into the crew. This is the hook of of a Star Trek series, but they did their best to sell us Booker, so we got Booker. And then he would always, oh, I got to go by myself to do this thing. By yourself. So I think as far as their storytelling, besides going against anything of the canon, is that they showing us some characters and then they'll introduce 4 or 5 more characters, almost like the casting directors. I got these other people I like. We love them. Put them in. So yeah.
yeah. I mean, but Star Trek in essence is a moneymaker, right? I mean, the very fact we may disagree with Kurtzman and his role and how they want to go about all this stuff, but they keep coming out with new shows, right? People pan some of these shows, but yet they keep coming out with more. So it just tells you that for Paramount, there's something there, right? The audience for Star Trek probably is elastic or inelastic, but they continue to come back to see these things from Picard, from Discovery. I mean, we've seen it in the con. They fill a whole audience of what 5,000 people. Of course, that's not enough, but five completely fill it. They fill an audience of like 6,000 people at in Madison Square Garden, 3 to 5,000. So it's they do have a fandom, whether we agree or disagree with it going forward. But they have been able to raise money continuously. And the merchandise that they sell, I mean, Star Trek Enterprise, Star Trek, I always see Star Trek merch. It hasn't gone out of style, right? It always
Oh,
sells. It's not Star Wars, but it is always there. So there's I may disagree, but there's always going to have this thing continually going. And if we're just talking about just pure corporate, we know one of the reasons why they change this stuff because they want younger viewers. They always say, I think they one time they said the average age of the Star Trek fandom was like 50 plus years old. So they've done these things intentionally to go younger. And Starfleet Academy really, what is it? The new Vampire Diaries. I don't know. I'm just throwing that in. They want a younger audience, and that's what they're trying to do by this. They're not going back. Picard was they threw to us. The Strange New World is for it's for an older audience, but this is the younger audience, like Discovery was, that they want to bring into the system.
yeah. I think when they finally decided, I think they thought Paramount thought it was kind of dead, but at the same time, when they were doing a streaming service, they're like, obviously, we should do Star Trek. And then at the same time, if you only having a beeline to see how the Paramount people worked in comic books, they had ideas of what they wanted to see. They wanted to see more Borg. They wanted to see mirror universe stuff, and you see that sort of work into this thing here. But they just, once they did a TV series and realized there were legs, and they also have the Next Generation, which showed that the Star Trek series had legs or multiple legs that they could do. The idea would be to do the same again, to have multiple shows at the same time on different ends of the galaxy doing different things, supposedly, and them figuring out how to do that. So obviously, once they got it rolling, but they really banked on the movies, going back to the movies and J.J. Abrams, and then of course
Excuse me.
it didn't necessarily turn into the big, huge thing that they're expecting. But then they're like, wow, we're doing our thing in TV. We want to do another movie with these guys. And they're like, oh, we can hold off for a little while longer. We got another series. They had animated, they had the more younger version animation going on. So there's a lot of stuff they did during this period. So.
Yeah, I agree. And now with the merger with Skydance, right? Skydance taking over Paramount. I will not be surprised if we don't see a new Star Trek movie coming out because it should be easy money if done properly, right? If done properly, it should be easy money. The audience is there, the name brand is there. It's just a question of just execution.
They older than they older than Kirk was when he came back. It's so crazy.
Interesting, interesting. All right, so I mean, overall, Cal, anything you want to add before we close this out?
I'm checked out. I won't be watching it.
Okay, so overall, hey, I think it's an interesting new series. It starts a whole new pathways, and we'll take a look and see what happens. Spinnerack, if you like what you hear, comment, subscribe, Spinnerack.
We are
Out.
out.